Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. In today's video, I'm showing you some healthy desserts. They are so good, guys. I'm really excited for this video, and desserts are probably one of my most popular videos. So if you haven't yet, make sure you hit that red subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos from me, and follow on Instagram as well because I'm always posting my meals there, recipes, and I'm going to be doing giveaways on there a lot. So make sure you go and follow there so that you don't miss that. So yeah, I think that's it. Let's just get into the yummy dessert. So the first thing we're making is this strawberry rhubarb crisp. I'm starting off with some strawberries and I'm going to be slicing them up. Now strawberries are part of the Dirty Dozen, so if you can, it's a really great thing to buy organic. All berries in general are part of the Dirty Dozen, but if you can't, frozen is also a really good option too. Just make sure you buy the sliced frozen and not the whole frozen. So we're going to put that into a bowl, and then we are going to chop up our rhubarb. If you've never had rhubarb before, rhubarb is a bit more sour than other fruits, and it has a lot of fiber. It's great for digestion, and I really love the complement of the rhubarb with the strawberry. So you're going to go ahead and add your chopped rhubarb into your strawberries, and rhubarb is in season now, guys. So starting April, it's in season. I'm adding in the juice of half of a lemon, which really helps to develop the flavors of the strawberry and the rhubarb, but it's also alkalizing and great for digestion too. I'm adding in a couple of tablespoons of tapioca flour, and tapioca flour works really well to kind of absorb the juices and any kind of water that releases from the fruit as you cook it. So this way you don't get a really watery crisp. Otherwise you might get like really loose and there's all the juice that comes out, but like not in a good way. So this kind of helps to really cook them in a nice way. So don't skip this step, guys. It's integral. Then I'm putting that into a baking dish, and you're going to see that it fills it up most of the way, but that's what we want because we want it to be mainly fruit. To make the topping, I'm using some almond flour. I love almond flour because it's high in protein, fiber, you get lots of vitamin E, and it's gluten-free and paleo. I'm also using some coconut flour, which is a very absorptive flour, and some Himalayan salt to bring out the sweetness of the fruit and the topping as well. Some cinnamon, which is going to help to balance your blood sugar and also add some great flavor, as well as a couple tablespoons of coconut sugar, which is an unrefined sugar, so it's a great sugar to use in baking. Then I'm adding in some coconut oil, and you want to make sure that you add the coconut oil not melted. So you want the solid version like this. And that's because when we mix up our crumble, you want it to still be crumbly and not be like runny, if that makes sense. So when the coconut oil melts, it'll make it runny. Then I'm adding in a little bit of maple syrup, which has tons of antioxidants. It's great for your immune system as well, and also just helps to bind the crust a little bit. Once that's all in my bowl, I'm just going to stir it up until I get a nice crummy mixture and top that on top of the fruit and kind of press down just to make sure it all sticks together and it's going to cook evenly. Then once it's baked, you can scoop it out, and once it's golden brown, that's when you know to take it out, and you can bake it directly as it is. You don't need to cover it with tin foil first. And my house smelled so good when I was making this. It was so hard not to like sample it before shooting these little shots here, but let's go ahead and have a taste. All right, guys, so once it's done, it is time for the taste. I'm so excited. I love strawberry rhubarb. It's sweet, but not too sweet because of the natural of the fruit. You get that tang because of the rhubarb. Like, I would even have this for breakfast, let alone dessert. It's so delicious. I'm so happy rhubarb is in season. I'm definitely going to make this like a lot more times this year. All right, so the next thing we're making is a skillet brownie. If you guys haven't seen my skillet cookie video, make sure you watch that because I was so obsessed with that recipe. I made it like at least 5 times. So this time we're making a brownie version. I'm using some eggs. You can try flax eggs, though I haven't. And then I'm adding in some coconut sugar, which is going to be the sweetener in these brownies. Again, it's a lower glycemic, unrefined sugar, so it's the choice that I use in baking. And then I'm using some coconut oil, which is a great medium chain triglyceride. It helps you to burn fat, it helps to turn off cravings, and it helps to keep you satisfied. A little splash of vanilla for some flavor and also some antioxidants. And then I'm just going to whisk that all together until it's all combined and all smooth. Then I'm going to add in the cacao, and cacao is super rich in lots of different antioxidants, and it's unsweetened too. So just make sure you get like an unsweetened cacao or cocoa powder to add the chocolatiness to this without adding any sugar to it. And then we're just going to whisk that until it's smooth and you don't have any clumps, just because we don't want any dry clumps in our brownies. And then I'm going to be adding in almond flour. You can use an oat flour, a brown rice flour, a cassava flour, just anything but coconut flour basically in the substitute. Then I'm adding in some baking soda, which is just going to help it rise and kind of make like that brownie cakey texture. So then just fold in the rest of the dry ingredients until you get a nice smooth batter and everything is mixed in well, but don't overmix. I'm taking my skillet that I sprayed with some coconut oil and I'm transferring the batter into the skillet. If you don't have a skillet, you can just as easily cook this in like a normal brownie pan or a cake pan. Just make sure it's roughly the same size. Mine was 16 inches wide and round, so just make sure that it's about the same size, otherwise the cook time may vary. I'm going to spread that out onto the edges so that it's covering the whole skillet. And once it's done, you will have this gorgeous brownie cake. It lifts and rises quite a bit. So as you can see, my knife goes in quite deep and you get this perfect brownie and just so delicious, guys. It's so yummy. So let's go and have a taste. All right, guys, let's have a taste. It's chocolatey, but not too sweet. You get that like chocolate satisfaction, but it's made with good ingredients. You can even put some coconut ice cream on the top. I like ones that are just like dairy free, just coconut milk, real natural ingredients. You can go to like a health food store and get some, but this is delicious. You definitely don't even need the ice cream. I would just eat this like by itself. It is delicious. And last but certainly not least, we're making these cookie dough bars. I'm obsessed with them. They're so delicious. I'm using 1 cup of cashews and putting that into a blender with a cup of hemp hearts or hemp seeds. Both of them have great healthy fats in them. They've got omegas. They're just going to help keep you full and help keep you satisfied because that's what you want in a snack. You want protein and fat. Then I'm adding in some ground flax, which is going to give us some fiber. And as I always say, fiber helps keep you full and it just really like in your stomach, it kind of puffs up and really makes you feel like full. Then I'm adding in some maple syrup for a little bit of sweetness. The maple syrup has tons of antioxidants and is also great for your immune system. A little bit of vanilla, again, which adds flavor and also some antioxidants. And a pinch of Himalayan salt, which you guys know is kind of my kitchen staple salt. And then I'm adding in some Paleo chocolate chunks. These are just dairy-free ones into the batter after I've blended it and then just stirring that around to kind of get them distributed. Once that's done, I'm going to make the Paleo chocolate topping. So I'm using coconut oil and cacao and I'm using equal ratios. You guys have seen me make this lots and lots of times before, but it's super simple. It's like 2-3 ingredients and you can make it in a flash. So I'm adding in the coconut oil and the cocoa powder and everything will be listed in the description box below as always. I'm adding a splash of vanilla to this as well, again, just for some flavor and to make it feel more chocolatey. Then I'm taking my crumb mixture into a baking dish and we are going to be transferring it all in there and then I'm going to press it down with my hands until we get a nice even layer throughout the whole bottom of the baking dish. And be careful because it can get a bit sticky, so just make sure you do this gently and you don't get it too stuck to your hands. Then I'm going to be pouring the Paleo chocolate on the top and just spreading it out a bit to cover the whole thing. Once it's set in the fridge for about 2-3 hours, you will have your cookie dough bars, which you can cut up and enjoy. And they're so good, guys. Okay, let's taste. Once you're done, you can cut them up and put them in a container to store like I did. I like because it makes a lot of bars. Like I would say I got maybe almost 20 of these things. So let's have a taste. What I love is that they're a little bit sweet, so they satisfy that sweet tooth, but they're not too sweet, and they're the perfect like after dinner or after lunch kind of treat if you want something. Plus they're loaded with protein and fat, which is going to help keep you full and reduce cravings as well. So it's a win-win all around, and you can definitely share these with friends or make a big batch and make them last for a long, long time. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below the next healthy dessert you want me to make a healthy recipe of. It can be whatever you want. I like making things that you guys want to see, so comment what you want me to make down below. And a side note for the strawberry rhubarb crumble, if you don't like rhubarb, you can also do whatever combo of fruit that you like. Just wanted to mention that. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.